Okay guys, so what we're doing here, we're looking at, this is an artifact collection that my brother has, and I wanted to show you guys some of these beautiful pieces, and he's standing here with me. And so Dan, tell us what this is.
Well, this would be commonly referred to as a knife.
A knife.
A lot of people would think an arrowhead, but it is a knife, and it has very fine flaking to indicate the quality that the craftsman put into it.
Wow, so it's really long. You can see the flaking on the side of it. Really, you can tell the workmanship that went into this in order for them to use it. And I was noticing this piece. What do we refer to these as?
It's kind of a corner notch point. It has double serrated blade with a broken tip, unfortunately, but the double serrated blade is unusual. It's a common point in this part of the country.
All right, and all of these arrowheads are coming from eastern South Carolina, along the coast of South Carolina. This is another one that's pretty unique.
Very unusual piece. A lot of people think that's just a broken spear or broken arrowhead, but it's cut on both ends, and it's actually got blades on both sides. It's a half knife, and they are also pretty common along the Big PD and Waccamaw rivers.
All right, and he's got some really nice ones. I really love this one. This one's made from quartz, is that correct?
Yeah, it is quartz. It looks like from the woodland recent period. I would say 500 to 1,000 years old.
Okay. And most of the artifacts that we're looking at, how old do you think these things are?
Most of this is very old. The Big PD stuff is generally in the range of 8 to 10,000 archaic period, but it's all mixed. It's a lot of mix.
All right. Look at this piece. This is unique. It sort of looks a little crude and a little rough. What do you think this was?
Well, you can see it was notched down here for a purpose. Probably a little hammer, a little paleo tool could have even been used for something even more specific than that.
Okay, all right. What about these pieces?
These guys are called celts, and they're used for pounding, grinding, hitting. That you can see where it's flaked down, fluted down, flared with a fat end. And they're hard to find in that kind of condition. That's a nice piece there.
Yeah, it almost looks like a hatchet.
It's kind of like a tomahawk hatchet, exactly that.
Okay,
exactly.
That's really cool. How about this piece?
Same here. Now this is made out of an unusual white flint. So the flaking is unique. The way it's stemmed, I would also determine this to be some kind of a hatchet, tool of that nature. But it does have blade on both edges and a tip.
Wow.
So most stuff is multi-tooled, used for a lot of things.
Yeah, for sure. And I was noticing some of these cruder points that look like this.
Yeah, these guys show up every now and then, and I'm not sure which period we could put them in. Some of them would say woodland, but a lot of them would classify me in older. But there's quite a many of them around in the Big PD area.
Okay, all right. Well, thank you for sharing this beautiful collection of artifacts and relics. We try to show a little bit of everything on the channel. And what about this one, Dan, before we go out of here?
We got a little notch up here. It's some kind of a tool with a flat edge. I'm assuming this tool would have been used here, as the blade is here.
Right.
And mounted here.
Okay.
It's a paleo tool. It also has a top spot, so it's probably mounted both ways.
All right. Okay. All right, guys. Well, we just wanted to share a little Native American artifacts from the eastern portion of South Carolina, and this is a beautiful collection. He's got many more, and of course you can tell he's very knowledgeable about these pieces. So again, hope you guys are doing great and everybody's having a wonderful Thanksgiving. Since it was Thanksgiving, I thought it might be a nice time to talk a little bit about the Native Americans that lived here as well. And so celebrate Thanksgiving with family and friends, and we'll catch you guys on our next adventure.